If you've been considering doing land banking right here in the state of Enugu and your desire is to make enough profits, then here are three mistakes that you must avoid. Number one mistake is waiting for an area to develop before you buy. So this is one of the mistakes that most investors make, especially first-time buyer. So instead of buying into an emerging location, they will say that that place is bushy. They have to wait for that place to develop before they now buy. But they don't understand that waiting for a place to develop is that it's going to make that land more costly than you found it the initial time when it is still not that developed. So one of the things that smart investors understand and what they do is that they look out for emerging locations. I mean places that are still developing, places that have government presence, places that have like good infrastructures, places that have like road construction, and also places that are in high demand. So they buy into this location even when those locations are not fully developed. They buy and then hold those properties because they know they're going to make money in the future. So as an investor, you want to buy into a location. Don't wait for that location to fully develop, because if you are waiting for it to develop, as the development is coming to that location, the value of that property is increasing. And once that area becomes fully developed, it is going to be very expensive. And at that point, you might not even have the money to now buy that property at that particular time. So once you see any location that is emerging, that has government presence, the best thing that you need to do is that you need to buy into that location. And once you buy, the value, as you keep appreciating in value, you're going to make more money. Number two mistake is buying expensive land. So sometimes people want to buy land and they're looking for property that are very expensive, and what they want to do is that they want to land bank. So anything that has to do with land banking has nothing to do with like properties that are very expensive. Land banking is best done buying property that are still at the low entry level, so that you can make enough profit. So when a property is very expensive, most time it is actually at its peak level. You can't have any significant appreciation in that property. Take for instance, you buy a property that is worth 50 million naira for land banking. You know that that property, even if it's going to appreciate in the future, is not going to appreciate more compared to people who bought property in an underdeveloped locations, or property that are still very much affordable, that are still selling at the low entry level. So the mistake that you need to avoid is buying into an expensive property. Rather buy a property that is less expensive, property that are still selling at a low entry level, so that you can even make money as the place keep developing, and then you get to resell and also make enough profit. And then finally is buying just a plot. So when it has to do with land banking, if you want to make money, you need to buy in bulk, buy multiple plots, don't just buy one plot. So people end up making the mistake of buying a plot of land and they end up regretting it, because when did that property now appreciate in value? When development start coming to that location and that property reaches its peak level, when they now resell, they will not have any other property in that location, because they've sold the ones they had, and then they are going home with their money, but they don't have any investment in that location. But what wise investors is that they buy multiple plots of land. They go as far as buying up to 6 plots of land, buying up to 12 plots, or even 15 plots, depending on what they have for that investment. So one of the best things that you need to do, and one of the mistakes that you need to avoid, is not buying just one plot, buy multiple plots, so that even in the future, as that place develops and then you now want to sell, you can resell a few plots. Maybe you bought a 6 plot of land, you bought 6 plots of land. You can either decide to sell 2 plots out of that plot, and then you still have more plots in that location, even as development keep happening in such location. And in the future, you can decide to resell the ones you bought, or you can even decide to build on those land and then use it for either renter or maybe for a residential apartment. So these are mistakes that you need to avoid. If you're an investor planning to start land banking right here in the state of Enugu and your intention is to make profit, you need to avoid this mistake. And if you're considering land banking right here in the state of Enugu, we have amazing properties that are in strategic locations. I'm talking about property that are genuine, property that you can buy that are still selling at a very low entry level, property that are very strategic that you can buy and then get enough profit in the future. So all you need is just to call the number showing on your screen, and then I will help you to make a very good investment. My name is Obale Kemania. I'm a real estate consultant based in the city of Enugu, and I hope you found value in this video. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and then follow along for more. See you in the next one.